the car stage was an opportunity for people who are new to the game to learn the game, learn how to fight, maybe practice special moves and things of that nature, and also allow you to be able to rack up points for free without being stressed the fuck out.
Right.
So you don't have to, even if you don't beat the car up, you don't lose your quarter. Like, you know what I mean?
You were good to go.
You're good to go. So like, it was like basically like a brain break.
Yeah.
Before you go into the next section of
3
fights.
rounds. Yeah.
So it was like, okay, that make a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
I can't see myself playing, against 12 characters straight, just being like, I gotta win.
Right. But see, what I'm saying, if we put that in a scenario to where this is like real life events, and you just see some dude beating the shit out of a car, you know what I'm saying? that don't make sense.
And the 2, we are live.
Word.
What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Tony Hadnot, aka the Nocturnist, and I am here with my bro
Ken Folk, and we are
Super Hadnot Bros, and we are a podcast about nothing, because a conversation about nothing is a conversation about any and everything. So hope you guys enjoy the show.
Fucking right.
Dope t-shirt. I like that Tupac shirt.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, man.
Where you get that?
The little spot.
Hey, it's dope. It's dope.
The spot,
Are you being discreet because of the spot, or are you being discreet because
oh no, the spot, you know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Man, I've been kind of slightly under the weather. I don't feel sick, but like I've been having like this weird cough.
Yeah,
and it ain't what people probably think it is. I've had that before.
You ain't got that beard. You ain't got the
but
beard.
Anytime somebody coughs, sneeze, or even clear their throat wrong,
people
you're gonna get
like
them. Yeah, you're gonna get them weird looks. So
yeah.
Anyway, I know it's been a busy week. What's been up?
Man, working this graveyard shift. You feel me? 7 days, 12-hour shifts. 6 to 6:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Every day, no days off. I'm supposed to be doing it for at least scheduled for 4 weeks. So
yeah,
ain't too bad.
Get that shmoney.
Yeah, I know, man. That's why I got these on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little baggy.
The eyes a little baggy.
Yeah,
I understand that, but hey, man, the grind don't never stop, and that's for anybody that's out there trying to make it. So it is what it is. Gotta go get it. So today, I had a conversation with a white dude. I'm not gonna put him on the spot, but it's just funny because it's one of those situations where it's like what not to say to people that are not your race,
right?
But and don't let me put the disclaimer out here first and foremost. All right, look, the dude's a good guy. That he really means no ill will, but sometimes we as humans can be a little ignorant to some things, so it can come off to if I was a different person in this particular situation, like it can kind of come off as a bit insensitive and offensive. But me being a person that I am and knowing who he was, I didn't take it no kind of way, but I just thought it was a funny conversation because yesterday I saw this gentleman, and everybody knows I wear an afro,
right?
And for people who don't really know about black hair, is that black hair shrinks, so when you see somebody with an afro one day, it can be big and poofy one day, and then the next day it can be a little drawn to your head. They were asking like, hey, did you get a haircut? And I was like, no, my hair just shrank because I just washed it and I hadn't twisted. I just kind of went to sleep on it and whatever happened. And I was like, tomorrow when y'all see me, it'll be a lot different. So today is tomorrow. And so the guy, he was like, your hair does look a lot poofier than it did yesterday. I said, yeah, I twisted it up last night, did what I needed to do. I stretched it out.
Right.
And so we were sitting there talking about it. And this is the comment. No, there are a couple of comments where anybody else probably would be like, look, man. But he was like, well, yesterday it looked a lot, it looked good on you. It looked pretty neat. And I was like, but I like it big and wild. That's how I like to rock it, because a lot of people don't understand. Like that's the natural look or whatever you want to call it. It's a dope look.
Yeah,
So that was
man.
one thing. Here, here's the part that was really kind of funny where somebody could have been like, yo, like, you need to put your fucking foot in your mouth before I put mine in there for you. You know,
Yeah.
is when he said, well, I'd imagine it just seems like you would have a tough time putting a pick through that. And I said, man, look, I get the right chemicals, I use the right product, and it's you know, I'm trying to play it off like, yo, it's really not that bad. Like I kind of been having this shit like, you know, my entire life. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I understand my hair. And he was just like, but it just seemed like I was like, no, it don't work like that. And I just kind of like went on with it. But I was just sitting there thinking, like, man, could I been like, you know, fucking Chauncey from around the corner? You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Chauncey
man.
might have jumped on his ass.
Yeah, for sure. And I get it though, man. You know what I'm saying? Working in the refineries and stuff, I meet a lot of white people.
Yeah.
And some of them live in areas where they actually don't be around black people at all. And they
Right.
ask the dumbest questions. So I get it. Um, this is weird because last night while we was at work, one white guy was like, I just love black people hair. I wish I had this and this. I was like, it's just hair, bro. He was like, I wish I can get grow dreads and do this and do something. Because he saw I got my cap on. And he was like, you got growing waves or like I was like, you don't grow waves, man. Like, I didn't get what he was trying to. I mean, I knew he was asking me, do I have waves? That's why I'm wearing this. But I was like, no, my hair is big, but I haven't had a chance to get it twisted since we've been working. So I just keep it down so I can wear a hat. And he said that goofy ass shit. But this other white guy at the job, he asked me one day, was my last name my birth last name or my slave last name?
See,
and he really thought it was an okay question to ask.
I wouldn't know, I wouldn't know how to take it. I can't really say how I react because I would have to have it happen to me in order to be able to see how to handle that. But how did you handle it?
So basically, I gave him the look. And he looked first. And then from that look, he obviously understood he said something stupid. So he was like, well, it's not a common last name. So I just wanted to know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He tried to slide up out of there. But he was like, it's not a common last name. So, you know, I was just wondering. I didn't really hear that last name before and shit. I was just like, look, man, we at work. I don't have time for this. So I just really don't even talk to dude no more, like at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have the dumbest questions sometimes. But
yeah,
you know, when we in a professional setting, you can't be the angry black dude. So you really just gotta just be like, whatever, man.
See, I'm the type of dude, like I said, it would have to be a really stupid question for me to like really go off on you.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I mean, maybe I don't know if it's justifying. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But like, I'm the one that's not going to just chop your head off because I honestly know for a fact that you don't really know anything outside of your culture. So when you're asking these questions, it's truly out of curiosity. But a lot of times when you ask the question, you got to think about how you're delivering the question first and foremost. And secondly, like, really think about the shit before you ask it. Like, man, will I offend this guy? Will I offend this person?
The problem is they don't walk around thinking about shit like that. They are carefree in the world. They really don't give a damn.
Facts. It's facts. No, that's 100% facts. And that does make a lot of sense because even in situations like let's say I'm a photographer, right?
Right.
And I like to go out into the city and I like to go take pictures. Okay. If I was hanging out with a group of white guys or whatever, like they were other photographers, so on and so forth, me being the person I am, you know, I always tell people all the time, like, if you're not black, you don't really understand what it's like to live here in America.
Right.
It's like, you know, you have to be 3 times as careful what you do, what you say, how you look, so on and so forth when you go out here to go do stuff. But long story short, you know, if I were to go out into the city, downtown somewhere to go take pictures, like let's say a monumental building or something like that. A lot of times those buildings and certain parks in certain areas, they're like, you have to have a permit to be able to shoot out here. So, you can't just be shooting out here.
Right.
Now, the scenarios could be, well, I could go out there and try to go do it and just say, fuck the law and just go do it. Take the chance.
Right.
Good chance I'll get pulled over and go to jail. But of course, I'm thinking much more consciously in a real world situation. But those guys, they'll go out there and just be like, shit, fuck it, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
They always have the audacity to be like,
it's the not? Audacity.
Exactly. They be like, why can't I?
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that you have to think about. Like, and I think a lot of people really don't understand that, because even me and Adrian had a conversation one time. Like, there is, Michael's, the store, Michael's, the craft store.
Right.
So there's one in the Woodlands by where I used to work at Petland. We'll have that conversation later.
Okay.
But where I used to work at in Petland, and the Woodlands area is a very nice, like, it's you were there. You've been there with us before at the Woodlands Mall.
On
the boat ride. Remember we did the boat ride?
They're going all the way around and whatnot.
Okay, that's the Woodlands.
Yeah, okay.
It was nice. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's nice over there.
So all the shops and all that stuff are very upscale, so on and so forth. You know how I go. So Adrian loves to shop at Michael's, right? She go, you know how she is. She like to go look for the deal, whatever.
Them crafts, man.
So they have these things called grab bags or grab boxes, where they'll just randomly have bags or boxes with shit in it. They don't even know what it is, but they sell it for like a really, really, really cheap price.
$7.
So one day I was getting off of work at Petland, and she was like, go stop by Michael's and see if they have some grab bags. And I was like, man, I don't know about this. Like, if I was with you, it'd be one thing, but like, I'm not. And I'm wearing a hoodie. I got my afro, I got all that going on. So I walk up in there and I got her on the phone with me like the whole time. And I'm like, man, I don't know where do you want me to look for these things? I'm trying to like make it seem like I'm not trying to steal nothing or whatever. Like, I'm just, trying to go find whatever it is you're looking for.
Right.
So I'm looking, I got her on the phone, and I'm just like walking around the store. When people see you walking around the store, just looking for shit, they already thinking you about to steal. And lo and behold, this lady came. She was a manager or something like that. She already came with the wrong energy. May I help you? Yeah, I'm looking for one of your grab bags. We don't have grab bags. And she just like had this straight up attitude. And I was like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm out of here. And I started cussing and all this shit when I was walking out. And I was telling Adrian, I said, this bitch just fucking profiled me. You know what I'm saying? And Adrian was like, you really think so? I was like, no. So you don't understand. Yes, I understand that you as a Black woman, you can have tough times in certain situations, but it just, and I hate to sound, I'm not trying to make it sexist or misogynist, but just even being a girl going to a place like Michael's, you're part of the demographic.
That's
Michael's
is geared towards.
It's well, not so much geared towards, but that's who takes the most interest in it, right? It's going to be women who enjoy crafting and so on and so forth. That's who they normally see in there. So she was just like, I had to tell her, like, I'm a Black dude. I'm rocking a hoodie. I'm on my, and of course, and the people who know me, I'm the least threatening person in the fucking world, but based on the appearance that I had, she automatically profiled me as this person. And I was trying to tell her, I said, Adrian, I don't fit the demographic in this store. Now, granted, Michael's in my area where I live, I don't have no problems like that, because it's a different, because stores do operate on that level too when it comes to demographics. So you'll see a little bit more people who look like me and so on and so forth in this area. So I just wish people would really think about that kind of thing when it comes to these conversations as far as like being Black, because it is kind of hard being a Black dude in America.
I know, man, but it make you do stupid shit sometimes, because I bought some cologne out of spite one time because of some shit like that. So I went to Dillard's, and I was going to look for a shirt. I needed a maroon polo style shirt because I was going to be I was going to be a pallbearer at a funeral. One of my partners, his mom passed, RP Miss Regina. But I was walking through. I had just got off of work, so I was running in there to go grab it, get up out of there so I can, before they shut down or whatever, close.
Right.
So as soon as I walked in, I became the most popular person in the store. Now they got 45 people in here.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, they were all white.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was fine. But now everybody they wanted to help me out so bad. So I'm walking through, I'm like, nah, man, I just need a polo style shirt. Can you point me in the right direction? Oh, they right over here. Appreciate it. 2 seconds later, somebody else, I don't know if they were just calling on the radio, like, hey, somebody else go get them. They all just kept coming out, hey, do you need some help with something? Can I help you out? No, I'm good. I'm just looking at the t-shirt. I mean, the polo shirts, and let me see what I can get. I'm looking for the right color. Okay, well, let me know if you need anything. 2 seconds later, somebody else. So I was like, I couldn't find
they best buy the shit out of you.
Right. I couldn't find the right shirt, the right color or whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm about to head out. So while I'm walking out, I'm walking through the fragrances. And of course, some chick, I don't know where the fuck she came from, but she was breathing hard. Like she was running over there. Sir, can I help you out with this? I was like, no, I'm fine. She was like, you wouldn't want to try some cologne? I was like, you know what? Since I'm the most popular person in here, let me go ahead and buy something. So I went and bought some Polo Red out of spite for $90, just so I can show them I can afford something in this place. I'm in here for a reason. But to them, it was just like they always come and ask you. So you can't even just walk around and browse. I was like, they got 5 other people over there. You don't want to ask them if they need help? Did you already go check on them? No. So yeah, it's ridiculous sometimes. But I bought it just because.
I see the scenario in my head kind of like, fuck your store.
Yeah.
Hey, but let me get some of that Polo Red though.
But that's what I'm saying. I only bought it because she was making it seem like it was a problem. Like, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some.
That'll be $90.
Leave me the fuck alone at this point.
That'll be $90. Here you go, but still fuck your store though.
Yeah, you know.
But nah,
so,
it
I
really
did it out of spite. But yeah, it happens, man.
Oh, I mean that just it's funny. People will probably call it childish, but you know how whatever.
Well, most people, if they never been in that situation or whatever,
they're not gonna understand.
So another scenario. I was taking a class for the job, and to get another certification. So it was me and 2 other black dudes, right? That after we finished taking a test, they were grading the test. They said, "Well, come back in about an hour."
Right.
So we went to the mall up the road. Now, after we took the test, while we was taking the test, one guy, he's wearing full refinery uniform, like full on.
The whole Nomex.
Yeah. Me and the other guy, we had our hoodies and shit on because it was kind of cold outside or whatever. It was around wintertime. And we go into the mall. As soon as we get into the mall, the dude that's wearing his Nomex, he's like, oh man, I forgot my wallet. So he runs to the car. We was like, okay, we gonna meet you in the I think we went to Foot Locker. So we in there, we walk in, we looking at the shoes. We didn't see nobody. I was looking for another hat to buy.
Right.
Didn't find nobody working there, none of that shit. So we just browsing or whatever. It might have been 10 minutes. Nobody came up, said, hey, can I help you? No, nothing. Soon as my boy walks in, fully uniformed, I mean, as soon as he walked in, somebody just popped up from behind the counter like, hey, how you doing today, sir? Can I help you with something? And I'm like, oh, bitch, you didn't see us in here like for the last 10 minutes? So that perception or whatever is like, sometimes either they look at just for the money or they really just, you know what I'm saying, really do the profiling. But it was
all times of
they was really just sitting on the floor on their phone the whole time. Me and my other boy was in there because we wasn't in uniform.
And that's profiling in itself. That's just another way to profile people. Yeah. Which has always been funny to me coming from Boma, you know, where the plant is a big thing where a lot of people go work or whatever. And you know, I like, at least I don't know if it's still like that now, but I definitely remember like back in the day when people would see that Nomex suit, people just automatically think plant money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but
that Nomex janitor.
They could be somebody cleaning assholes at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? With Q-tips.
You never know.
You know what I'm saying?
You never know. They could be a full-on painter.
Yeah, but for some odd reason, people see that Nomex. It was like, oh, he had Motiva, he had, you know, Shell, Mobile, wherever all the places at, you know. And I just find that so funny, and I don't know, it was weird. But speaking of white people,
okay, all right, since we own it.
I know, right? No. And I hate to bring this situation up, but what the fuck Kanye. So I feel almost hypocritical even talking about it for what I'm about to say, but you know what the truth of the matter is? I don't know why people are all up in arms at this point. Because I honestly feel like the negative responses that he's getting off of what he's doing right now is everybody doing exactly what he wants them to do. And I
Talk
think that's
about it.
just basically to stay relevant.
Yeah.
And I think, I honestly can't even be mad at Kanye. Again, I'm not condoning what he's doing or what he's saying. I'm not even supporting it. But
Right.
my point is that on his end, it's gonna remain brilliant until people start to learn to shut the fuck up and stop talking about him.
Well, that I get it. Everybody knows it's a marketing thing. He's trying to stay relevant. We all get it.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole genius thing that everybody's doing. He's such a genius and brilliant, and it works. But the whole thing is, a lot of people are pissed off because when he's having problems with his baby mama, ex-wife, all this other shit, it's all about they always want to hold a black man down. They want to do this, want to do that. And he want everybody to support this black man and his black kids.
Yeah.
But when it comes to him wanting to make some money, it's like, fuck you niggas. You know what I'm saying? I need these white people to make money with. So that's his whole thing. Everything he does is only beneficial to him. So people rock with him, and then they get shit like that, and it hurts their feelings whenever they see shit like that. But yeah, stop fucking with that dude.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Because I mean, the way I look at it is, it still goes into people keeping his name in their mouths. Like, I mean, we're talking about it right now. It's the temper tantrums, the loud, like, I'm not gonna go out there and throw the word genius around like that, but I do think that it's a great, I do think it's,
when he hears it, it actually makes that head
right. But I know at the end of the day, people keep saying that he crazy. The nigga not crazy. He know what the fuck he's doing, and people, until, like I say, until we learn to stop paying attention to the things that he's doing, these pointless outbursts, the calls for attention with the t-shirts and the fashion shows and all that stuff, he's gonna continuously make money, even if people don't like him, because because at the end of the day, it becomes divisive amongst people, right? And
he's part of the divide.
Somebody's gonna support him. So
you know how many white folks would be walking around with that shirt proud?
Oh, I'm sure it is. And the whole thing is, I think his messaging was basically trying to say that, like, all lives matter or whatever. And
then put that on the fucking shirt.
I don't think that went too well in his favor, because
the thing is, he knew how this was going to work, man. This is a real simple thing, that divide and conquer bullshit or whatever, because that shirt is going to sell off the shelf.
Oh, 100%.
It's gonna sell, so he's gonna make his money off of that. But that's what I'm saying. He can whine and complain when his ex-wife is holding his kids hostage, and then want all the support of nothing but black people. But then whenever he want to get in bed with one of these designer companies or whatever, now he need all the white folk he can get. So it's divide and conquer.
And I've been hearing a lot of people say, he's been seeking white validation.
He always has. That's why he wanted to be in bed with Ralph Lauren and Balenciaga and all this other bullshit. And it's just like, start your own shit, bro.
Yeah,
that shit ugly anyway. I hate to say it. I mean, I try to support black business, but even if he had his own company, I wouldn't wear his shit.
It's not even about that. It's not even about that. That shit is trash.
That's what I'm saying. Just because he black dude that has his own company, that shit ugly. I would never buy that shit.
Yeah, ever. But that's a headline right there.
I'm just saying that shit is fucking
ugly. No, I agree. Like, I mean, I'm down for supporting black businesses, but at the end of the day, if the product ain't for me, it just ain't for me. It is what it is, and I am entitled to have my opinion to say this shit's ugly or I don't like it or whatever.
Because they are.
But some people don't think like that. That goes back into the hive mind mentality, not the not so good part of the hive mind mentality.
Well, I don't think they don't think it's ugly. Some people know it's ugly, but it's
because of what it is.
So that they just buy it just because of the name.
That's because it is what's called the Veblen effect. And for all people who don't know what the Veblen effect is, I'm going to give you a little lesson on I guess it's marketing, sales,
School.
whatever. But the Veblen effect is basically trying to make something so rare that it becomes valuable, right? So, like, let's say, for instance, that I'm selling white T-shirts. For all I know, all white T-shirts could be made by the same exact company.
Possibly.
The only difference is the little tag that goes into the back of it. So when you get a name like, let's say, like Ralph Lauren,
right?
When Ralph Lauren goes on there, we all know that Ralph Lauren is a popular brand, made with the same shit, same quality. You wash it a few times, it's probably gonna fade. Well, white T-shirt, whatever, but it might shrink. It might do what it's gonna do the same shit the other shirts do.
Right.
The only reason it costs that much more is because Ralph Lauren's name has become synonymous with value. Right. Or I guess another example of it would be like, let's say, I'm selling red apples.
Right.
And then I put a brand on it. Like I'll like burn my initials in it, TH. But then you have regular red apples. Well, these are going to be much more, you can get much more of these in demand because there's just going to be a big whatever because they're very generic.
Right.
But that one that's branded TH, I can go out there and say, well, I only got like 100 of these.
Yeah, and they're gonna be 99.50
right.
one apple.
So when it's only so many, it becomes a rare thing, and that's where the value comes up. Because if people really fucking with it, they're gonna be like, I gotta have that apple. I gotta have that apple. It was, man, a good example of that. I don't know if have you watched the Wu-Tang series on Hulu? Okay. So
no. I keep trying, but something always going on when I'm trying to watch it. So that's one I can't really. It's not capturing me right now.
Oh no, they had this one dope ass scene in there. It was season. I remember the episode because it was like my favorite episode of the whole show. It was season 2, episode 7. So
God damn. Yeah. Were you just watching it yesterday?
No, the shit hit so hard that I was like, it motivated the fuck out of me because of what they would like. This particular episode was about like the very beginning of their come up. Right. I'm not talking about the hardships that they had to go through. I'm talking about like they were still in a hardship, but like this was them. Their name was about to start flying.
Right.
So it was a scene where they all finally got together as a group and they were trying to market their shit. They was trying to sell all their music because they was making mixtapes.
Yeah.
They was trying to sell the albums out to like the mom and pop shops. So it was one scene where Ghostface Killer and Raekwon was in the store, and then they had their manager or the soon-to-be manager in the store with them. Raekwon and Ghostface were acting like they were customers in the store. They was just in there shopping around, whatever. So they soon-to-be manager Mook walked up in there with a box of all their music, and he walked up to the counter, mad confident. Confidence is key with anything.
Of course.
Yo, I got these Wu-Tang albums, man. It's the hottest shit on the street. Like, you need to get up on it. Now, mind you, at the time, nobody really knew who the fuck Wu-Tang was. Nobody knew who it was, but they had just made their first song, Protect Your Neck.
Right.
And so that's what they were selling. So he was like, the owner was like, nah, we don't know who you are. We ain't gonna take that risk. So dude was like, I'm telling you right now, fam, this shit is hot. I tell you what, you play it for like 5 seconds. If you don't like it, I'm gone. So he was like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to do what I got to do because I know I ain't going to like it. Get this dude out of here. He plays the tape and the song comes on. And so the record store owner was kind of like, okay, he started bobbing his head. He was like, okay, the beat kind of dope or whatever. And then like, you kind of pay attention to everybody else in the store. They kind of bobbing their heads. But then Ghostface walks up and was like, yo, that's that Wu-Tang shit. Like, man, that shit's hot. That shit's what's on the street. And then Waycon jump in and was like, yeah, man, niggas talking about this shit all over the place. And so one of them was like, yo, let me get a copy of that. One of them was like that. Let me get a copy of that. And then Raekwon was like, nah, nigga, I was in line first. Like, so they was about to start a fight. And so another dude was like, yo, I need a tape. And so when the
he instantly just fell in line.
Yeah. So when the record store owner started seeing it, Mook was like, all right, well, I can't sell them in this store, but I got them in the back of my trunk. You can come out there. And the record store was like, yo, nah, let's work something out. He sold like a box of them shits. And then like later in the episode, because they had a couple of other little dope scenarios that ended up on the radio like at the end of the episode. So
yeah, that's cool.
That's like an example of like, I guess you could call the Veblen effect. Just finding creative ways to like really market your shit and get it out there. And I thought that shit was so goddamn dope because I was like, I never would have thought of some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you've seen it before, man. And it's childish or whatever. but everybody's seeing it if they was watching Dr. Seuss back in the day. Sneetches.
Elaborate.
You remember the Sneetches? The little
they had the stars and the
they had the ones. They all were pretty much the same.
But they had like different things that
they didn't have those. Those were fake. You remember the guy who had the machine?
Oh, he was making them
because they only had the ones with nothing, and then they only had the ones with like a star on their stomach or whatever.
Right.
But the ones with the stars thought they was better than the other cats who was just normal or whatever. But he had the machine and be like, "Hey man, I get y'all that star if you want." You know what I'm saying? So everybody went, paid their money, got their star. So the stars was like, these niggas copying us, man. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? So dude was like, "Man, want me to remove that star? I got a machine for that." So they eventually start going back and forth, and that's how they all come up with the different patterns. But it's the whole thing is like, all you motherfuckers is the same.
Yeah.
But the old boy, he used his tactics to go ahead and get both sides. That's pretty much all this motherfucker be doing.
Yep, that's 100% true.
But if y'all haven't seen Sneetch, just go watch that shit, man.
Or you can read the book.
Pretty dope. Yeah. It's good. It's actually a dope story.
You know, but Dr. Seuss always had like real meaning behind his shit. Now, granted, I think he smoked a lot of weed or did a lot of shrooms or something when he was writing these stories. Bro. Whatever he was doing, because that you can't tell me that. You cannot tell me that his regular brain, like without any sort of enhancement or altered, whatever you want to call it, altered states, that he came up with this shit. And I think that's just what a lot of creative shit that goes on in the world, though. But you know what's crazy about that? Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, like when we're saying that Kanye is crazy, I think everybody gets called crazy at some point until they actually do some shit that work. Not talking about, this is completely unrelated to Kanye.
Oh yeah, of course.
But like, let's just think about like the dude that like invented the cell phone. Like, can you imagine one day he was just like, you know what, fam? I'm gonna invent a phone one day that ain't got a cord to it. It ain't hooked up to nothing. You can walk around where you charge it with a battery and you can just go take it anywhere you want. People probably was like, get that shit out of here.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think he was that calm about it. I imagine he only got this phone so he could take it everywhere. So he could talk to his girl all day.
He might have. I mean, but even like Alexander Graham Bell, the nigga that invented the phone. Well, I don't know who invented the phone because a lot of people say it was a black dude. I don't know, but whoever invented the telephone, period. Like this nigga was like, man, I'm getting real sick and tired of riding this goddamn horse to go ride 20 miles to go talk to this motherfucker. Because that's taking up all my goddamn time.
Yeah, man.
He probably was like, I'm gonna create a way to talk to people without even being in the same room with their ass.
I don't feel like leaving.
But
I gotta tell you something.
I honestly think all these niggas I think they was doing drugs. Because and the only reason I say that is because and maybe call me a conspiracy. No, I don't even want to call it conspiracy theorist. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
But I am a firm believer in, I don't know how other drugs work, but I do believe that at least weed unlocks us another percentage of your brain.
Possibly.
I truly do, because like the few times that I've tried it.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Like it's like your subconscious mind just start coming up with some crazy shit, and you start thinking about shit, and you realize how we live in such a complex world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when you boil it down to like the very base of it all, you realize that shit is like more simple than what it really is.
Yeah.
And so your brain starts to figure that shit out and be like, okay, well, if this works this way, maybe I can do this to fix this problem. Yeah. Or maybe I can do that to fix this problem. There's no way I could do that on a sober state.
But all of this stuff is made out of people not wanting to do shit. It's for convenience. So that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's
when
solving
you smoke,
problems.
You find a way to do all of this shit.
It's solving problems.
The easiest way possible. So yeah, they try to figure it out.
You know what the craziest high thought I ever had? You know how this is mad morbid, by the way, but like I really thought about this shit. Like I really sat on the couch and thought about this shit.
Okay.
It was, you know how people say when you die, like your life flashed before your eyes before you die?
Right. We dying right now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we already did.
We're not there yet. that flash is still
we just had
it's just moving slower for us.
Yeah, we going through the flash.
Yeah, man, it happens.
That's kind of shit I be thinking about.
Yeah, I always like to think about shit like the first person to do everything or whatever. Like smoke weed. Who was the first person to just be walking through, see this plant, and was like, I think I can inhale this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that come about?
I know what happened. What happened. Ugg the caveman. I'll tell you a little story about Ugg the caveman.
Let me know.
Ugg the caveman was dragging his knuckles across the goddamn Sahara, the forest, wherever the fuck they lived at in the caveman days. Mm-hmm. And they had some cannabis in a field, right? It was during a hot summer.
Okay.
Forest fire came out.
In Cali?
It might have been in Cali. I don't know. Wherever the shit come from originally. But he was dragging his knuckles and the forest fire broke out. And
that's what shit catch on fire all the time. So I figured. I say California catch on fire all the time.
They do catch on fire all the time. But a forest fire broke out with that cannabis in it. And he smelled that smell. And he was like, man, that shit smell weird. But then like
he felt really good.
About 30 minutes later, he was like, man, I'm feeling real chill. I don't know what's going on in my mind, but something ain't right. And so he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So then he went to another forest and was like, fuck it. By this time, Caveman already knew how to build fires.
Gotcha.
He probably started another fire in another forest that didn't have no cannabis in it. And he was like, all right, well, I done burned this shit down, but this shit ain't doing nothing. So he was like, what was it at that other one? So he went to the other forest, tracked that shit down.
Found that bud.
He was the world's first drug dealer. No, world's first pot smoker.
Right, he was a pothead.
He was the first pot smoker.
So, I mean, but I want to see who the first person to do everything. I just want to be there in moments of time to be like, what really happened. You know what I'm saying?
Because the history don't teach us history only teaches the pretty.
They leave a lot of shit out.
They leave a lot of shit out. So it's the pretty side of it. I'm pretty sure way more simple than what it really was.
Yeah.
But okay, but I'm gonna piggyback off of that. The first person to try that shit. So who was the first motherfucker to want to do crack? A lot of people blame it on Ronald Reagan.
No, yeah, but Ronald Reagan didn't cook up crack.
Yeah, but okay, that's my point. It's like, okay, so whoever invented crack, like made the first rock of crack.
Yeah.
And like took the audacity to smoke that shit and be like, man, this shit's amazing.
Right,
who was the first person to do that shit and why did they want to fucking do that? Because
I have no idea. Like meth, shit like that. I don't know. It's like for people who never seen crack before, that don't look appealing.
It looked like dingy ass limestone, or I don't know.
It don't look appealing. It's not something that you just be like, man, I want to smoke the shit out of that.
You know, you get a nugget of weed. It's all pretty.
Smells amazing.
It smells fresh and piney and shit, and it's got all these little crystals and shit all over it. You know, it's beautiful. You close up on it, it's like holy fuck, I could probably eat that shit. Well, you can. But I don't recommend it.
You'll be fucking sick.
You'll be sick, but. Like, yeah, you look at crack and it's just like, why would I want to put that in my body? Hell, even coke. I'm like, you want me to snort this shit up my nose?
For one, I don't breathe that well. So I don't need to be shoving shit up my nose. Trying to inhale that shit. What the fuck, man? That shit is weird as fuck. I don't like pills. I got a pill phobia. You know what I'm saying? I feel like fuck Tylenol, Advil, all of that shit or whatever.
Yeah.
If I can go through life without ever taking medicine, I would. And I stay away from that shit or whatever because I feel like I'm just choking down and like it just gets stuck right here and it'll never come out.
Here's why I give cocaine a pass, and not saying kids don't do drugs. But here's why I give coke a pass because I know it comes from a plant at the end of the day. But all that other shit, all that plastic shit, I call it plastic drugs because I just feel
because
like
they have to put chemicals in there.
It's all processed.
You got to do stuff to make it.
I don't understand why anybody would want to do that shit. Like
that's why all these fancy ass niggas.
This shit's gross.
Yeah, man. All these fancy ass niggas want to smoke dro and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They be acting like Reggie is trash. I mean, you can get some fire ass Reggie, but it's not trash. Hell, that's the whole thing. That marketing bullshit. They got everybody thinking dro is just the best thing on the market, man. You spending a lot of money on that shit for a quick high. at the end of the day, get you some Reggie, man. Ain't nothing wrong, and it's natural. The Reggie is natural. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Some people's Reggie is trash, but not all of it.
Yeah, because they just be selling people the dirt. They
I've
give you
had
that
some
shake, man. Nobody want that.
I've
shit.
had some good Reggie, but
Yeah,
you
man,
know,
they used to have some fire ass Reggie.
if you're having a hard time maintaining your high, just eat some mangoes. Damn, that was mad hypocritical. I just told these kids not to do drugs, and I just told you how to stay high at the same time. But just eat
do
mangoes.
what I say, not what I do.
Right? You have you ever tried that mangoes?
Nah,
it works. But anyway,
I mean, okay, but nah, never tried it.
Anyway, nah, that shit. Yeah, I'm just not into the. I don't see how anybody does the plastic. Like, how did a salesperson do that? Well, I guess you don't really have to be that great of a salesman to sell crack to somebody. All you gotta do is just show it what it do to somebody. Let somebody snort it one time, and then smoke it or whatever.
Everybody knows one person that'll try everything once in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So you get that person, hey man, try this. All right, cool. They snort that shit. Hey, how you feel? They let you know. They like amazing. They come back. They want some more, and now you got something rolling.
Man. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm gonna start selling Big Macs like that or some shit. I need to start selling these damn photos like that. God damn,
man, Big Macs and shit. You know what I'm saying? They starting to do the adult Happy Meals and shit at McDonald's.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So they start that shit. That's another bullshit marketing scheme. I don't think it's gonna work because it's just your number one in a box. When you get a toy, that's pretty much it.
But here's the thing. See, people who don't think about shit can be. Did you really just yawn like that? Wow. Did you hear that?
Nah.
Oh, she like made a weird yawn noise.
It sounded like a whistle.
Nah, she was like,
okay, yeah, I didn't hear that. Shit like I didn't get that shit at all.
But people don't think when it comes to marketing. Like, okay, I got a carpet shampoo in there in my bedroom. It's supposed to be in the garage, but it's in my bedroom. Anyway, so on the front of it, I was just looking at it one day. I don't know what the fuck I was reading it for. I was just reading the front of it, and it was saying things like all the things that you benefit from. It was just like, oh, it deep cleans and it does this. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I just heard that one.
That's her. That's Sakura. She down there talking. What's wrong? I'm busy. I'll get with you in a minute. Anyway. She really down here talking shit. Okay, but anyway, so it was saying like all these things that.
Yep. God damn it.
Okay, am I back?
You just coughed yourself out of being stuck.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so the carpool shampoo. It was saying all these things like it dries, it cleans good, it does this. But here's one thing that really got me that made. Now, granted, I didn't buy it. I got it as a wedding gift, but. For people who just looking at it, it said that it dries carpet. It dries like 2 times faster. And I'm like, how the fuck does that thing determine how fast the carpet dries? Because the carpet is the carpet. That's just the cleaner. So I would think that the drying time would depend on the carpet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It'd be shit like that. Like I was looking on Instagram the other day. You know how you get the Instagram ads or whatever? And it was this dude selling these chains. They call it Jackson chains.
Okay.
And it was just like, if you're gonna rock a chain, you gotta rock a Jackson chain.
Right.
And so he was like, one dude was just like, I never leave home without my Jackson chain. But here was the selling point because it got a lot of people on it. I guess this company must have raised some money or something like that because they paid off some celebrity. They had like Tory Lanez, a couple of athletes, and all these other people in there just like holding the chain.
Right.
And like when you look at the ad, it had like 1 million likes and all this other stuff. I was like, wow, look at the things that it takes to like really sell this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's ridiculous that everybody start falling in line just because one person wore it.
And it was basically saying like it don't leave no marks and it don't turn green and all this other stuff. I say, what is all
so
bunch of goddamn chains that do that?
We selling you the fakest chain on the market, but it won't fuck your skin up.
Yeah, I don't even like. That's one thing I didn't see. I didn't see what it was made out of. Granted, maybe I didn't watch the full video. I don't know, but I didn't hear them say nothing about what it was made out of.
Yeah, man.
But
like that could be some macaroni and cheese shells.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They
you know
just
what it
spray
always
painted that shit.
you know what it always made me think of? It makes me think about that episode of Family Guy when the salesman sold him volcano insurance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he was just like, you
Yeah.
never know. You know?
That's it.
It was just like, now you know goddamn well. You ain't
Yeah.
gonna see no damn volcano where you at. It's just it be them kind of things that I pay attention to on these packages that really make people buy shit. Cause it be shit that be like, it's like sometimes I think they just like make up shit. Just literally make up
do, of
shit
course.
and throw
But
it
the
on the
worst part
package.
about it, the worst part about most of it is not even the lies that they tell you about the shit that you buying. It's the truthful shit that they tell you. At the end, like for medicines or certain shit that they want to sell you for pleasure and all this, the side effects, I don't be wanting no part of that shit.
But you know what's even funny about that? You ever notice that when they do that part, they talk mad fast?
Yeah, but they put it at the bottom of the screen too. But you can hear it. I don't give a fuck about half of that shit that they talking about until they get like to death. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this shit can kill me. Sure, sign me up. No, I don't want none of that shit.
Yeah.
Because they like have explosive diarrhea. You throwing up blood.
And they be
like,
saying that shit with a straight face.
Like, they got all of that shit, and people still buy these products.
Yeah,
so.
You're gonna be rock hard, but you're gonna be shitting up a storm, and you might even die.
Yeah, you might have to stitch you another asshole when you're gonna shitting after this time.
But at least you'll stay hard.
Yeah,
it's just like, nah, it kills me whenever they do shit like that. So anyhow, so I heard about beta testing for Street Fighter 6. I got a coworker that actually got on.
I haven't seen any of it. I saw a clip. I didn't watch it yet though. I saw the thumbnail, and basically they had one where you have to parry a bull.
What?
There's a bull charging at you, and you have to parry that shit. But I need to watch the whole clip to see how hard and difficult it is. That's one of the mini games they have on there. Like, like the beating up the car and shit. It's one thing, big ass bull charging you, and you have to parry it.
You know, one thing I would like to learn about the human brain in games like Street Fighter, or just video games, or anime, or anything in general. We look at that shit and be thinking it's cool. Like, let's talk about Street Fighter, right?
Right.
Like when Street Fighter first came out, it was like the coolest shit we ever saw. It was like, oh, this dude got a headband on and a karate outfit, and his purpose is to become the strongest warrior in the world. And they kicking ass and throwing fireballs and shit like that. I always have to, like, lately in my old mind, probably was high. I don't know. Anyway, I was sitting there thinking, like, now what if this shit was real life? Like let's take out all the fireballs and shit like that. Let's just talk about the fact that these niggas street fight for a living.
Right.
Who the fuck street fights for a goddamn living?
Why you really can't say it like that. I'm guarantee you there's people in the world who do this like on the regular.
Yeah, but these dudes also probably not wearing karate outfits.
Fight Club came out.
Yeah, okay, that's
they
cool.
got so many people who just that's life to them.
No. It's not even that though. It's I'm gonna walk around in a karate gi all day. Like, I'm just saying, even if the street fighting thing is real, and I go to, like, let's say an underground place where they out here fighting.
Right.
The first motherfucker I see walk out there with a karate outfit on, I'm laughing my ass off at him, because I'm just like, why are you taking it that serious, fam? Like, is it really that serious?
It ain't gonna be funny when he hit you with a Hadouken.
Well, I said if you take that shit out of the equation.
Nah, man, that's part of it.
No, if the nigga if he's shooting fireballs, no. Now, granted, if I never knew him, yeah, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, but I'm also gonna be the nigga in the crowd, like, spectating. So I'm not even, he ain't mad at me. I'm just gonna be like, what the fuck?
I guess, yeah, you're right. I guess they got a code. Like, they only fight other street fighters. They don't go around fucking with the people that's back there watching.
Yeah, the moment I see a motherfucker throw a fireball, I'm never attending another street fight event ever in my life, because I'm just like, no, that's just not natural. No. And that's dangerous. I can die. I what if he missed and I'm standing in the way?
Well, in Street Fighter, you're perfectly fine. If you was in Mortal Kombat, that's another topic. They take you and throw you at another motherfucker. So yeah, you don't want to be spectating that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to spectate no Street Fighter where anybody's throwing. If you can make fire come out your hand, I just don't want to be around it. I save that shit for the circus or the magician.
We'll do it eventually. Somebody will figure it out.
Yeah, you keep smoking weed, it'll happen.
Yeah.
You know, because I do, like I say, I believe in that only 10% of your brain and that shit can be unlocked. You can use more of that shit. You
But
definitely can use
that
more of
is
that
kind
shit.
of funny though to see somebody walking around just looking for a street fight.
Yeah. It's just like, my purpose is to fight. Like if I see somebody say that shit in real life, I'm really gonna laugh at them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Minus the Hadoukas and shit like that. Then I actually might try to fight the dude. Just because I know if you just because I know if you're gonna try to do some perfect ass karate on me, I know it's like that shit's only for show. Like,
oh no,
don't
I'm
get me
fighting
wrong.
dirty.
Yeah, that shit's only for show. You try to roundhouse me, I'm gonna
go full Cobra Kai on your ass.
Yeah, you telegraphing too hard, fam. I'm gonna get you.
Cobra Kai all day. I'm playing dirty.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just like in real life, I think this shit's ridiculous. But you know, hey, let's go Street Fighter. I can't wait for 6 to come out, man.
Yeah, man. I need to watch the clip once I get some footage on it, and I mean, that they putting on YouTube. I'll send you some links and shit. I know I saw the thumbnail. I just didn't watch it, but I think it's gonna be hilarious.
Well, I said, yeah, fucking bull.
Because they never really explain why in the hell you beat up a car in the first place.
But I see. Oh no, I did watch a video as to why you beat up the car, and it's valid. It's actually very valid. So
okay, go ahead, because I don't see how beating up somebody's car and then the guy comes out at the end once you break his car and he's like, oh, like,
well,
he's sad.
For that reason, like if you're talking about the in-game reason, like the game universe reason, I don't know why the fuck they beat it.
Okay,
but I know why they did it from a game design standpoint. I actually did watch a video why they did it, and they said because when you're playing against the arcade or the computer CPU or even against somebody else, right? Your mind is constantly, it's basically stressing your brain out because you're like, I gotta win. So you do that 3 or 4 times, you don't want to get burned out. Your brain will burn out. So what they did was the car stage was an opportunity for people who are new to the game to learn the game, learn how to fight, maybe practice special moves, and things of that nature, and also allow you to be able to rack up points for free without being stressed the fuck out.
Right.
So you don't have to, even if you don't beat the car up, you don't lose your quarter. Like, you know what I mean?
You were good to go.
You're good to go. So it was like basically like a brain break.
Yeah.
Before you go into the next section of
3
fights.
rounds, yeah.
So it was like, okay, that make a lot of sense.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
I can't see myself playing, against 12 characters straight, just being like, I gotta win.
Right. But see, what I'm saying, if we put that in a scenario to where this is like real life events, and you just see some dude beating the shit out of a car, you know what I'm saying? that don't make sense. It's like, I'm training. Like, nah, bro. Like, leave that car alone.
I couldn't imagine myself being in a real world street fight competition, and I done won like the last 3 fights, and then the announcer's like, all right, so you really want to do it? Beat the fuck out of this Lexus.
No, man, they not gonna even ask. You just feel like, I'm not strong enough. I need to get ready for my next opponent. And you find somebody's car and just beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I just never understood it, but I guess that makes sense. And it's just it's actually for the player and not the game.
I am walking the fuck out of that situation. If somebody just drove up a car, I'm just like, yo, you got to beat this shit up.
Yeah, no, you got to fight this car, bro.
I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. I can't. No,
and you're not done
happening.
until the doors fall off, the wheels fall off, and the engine fall out. That's the only way you win.
Crystal, what's good, sis? She in the building checking us out right now.
That's what's up. What's up with it? What's up with it?
That's our number 1 fan right there.
Goddamn right.
But yeah, man, like there's no way in hell I would fight a car. Like I'm just not fighting a car, because at the end of the day, the car gonna win. Every time I think about some shit like that, I think about Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not Cobra Kai, but Karate Kid 3. Remember Karate Kid 3 when Terry Silver made him punch that? Like, I'm not fixing to make my knuckles bleed on a fucking car when I can just hit a nigga in the jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they make punching bags for that reason.
Exactly. Like, yeah, you want me to impress you? Tell me to make a punching bag like leak sand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's more sensible. That is way more sensible than trying to like beat up a car. But you know what's so funny about that? As we talk about this, we laughing at this shit. I actually did watch a video where a motherfucker did dress up as Ryu and beat up a car. Now, granted, of course, the nigga ain't throwing fireballs and doing dragon punches and shit like that. But he was like ripping the door off. Like he was a big ass Asian dude. And he was like ripping the doors and like taking the bumpers and shit off. And he was just like, just doing it. He didn't totally obliterate the car like you would. Of course,
but still.
But my thing is like, why? Oh, you know what?
Yeah, I have to see that shit.
I will send you the link, but also for those watching the video, I will definitely go ahead and drop that in the description for sure.
Put that shit in there because I need to see this shit.
I'm gonna have to go back because it's an older video, but I did find it on YouTube.
It's the internet. It's still there.
No, it's there. I know it's on YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back and send it to you so that when you go look at it. And as a matter of fact, when you watch it, you let me know when you watch it because I know that you're gonna laugh your ass.
Oh, and then once I watch it, I'm showing this shit to everybody.
Oh, most definitely. But yeah, it was a dude. He had the headband on and the cutoff.
Yeah,
like the whole shit. But he was a little fat dude.
I don't care. I just want to see
like a fat Ryu. But he and I think if I'm thinking right, I think he had people like watching him. I think it wasn't like just him like setting up a
like
camera.
A crowd of people.
Like he had people like watching him do this.
It
was the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, man.
So, but anyhow, I know it's 3:00. I know you got to get ready to go to work. So
yeah, got to start getting myself together, get ready for this 6 o'clock shift.
All right. Well, before we go, let me go ahead and give my shout out to our patrons out there. Our patron,
yes, sir,
Miss Crystal Saldana, our #1 fan. We do definitely appreciate your support. For all those who are watching, you can definitely visit us on our Patreon page. Just go to the link in the description to check us out if you want to show your support. The shop is still down right now. We will get that back up very shortly. Just some little issues we have to work out before we get that going. So y'all be sure to check that out. Also, if you really did enjoy this conversation, man, y'all be sure to discuss some things in the comments, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button because we're trying to get to them 1,000 subscribers. All right. We're like 1/250th of the way there. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna keep it rolling.
So make sure that y'all hit the subscribe button, share it out there, show us some love. You got any shout outs you got to give out to anybody?
Nah, man. Shout out to our parents.
Yeah, shout out to the parents. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
That's pretty much it, man. I'm good.
All right. Well,
man, and shout out to everybody who worked 7/12s, man. Like people don't understand that shit get real after about 14 days of doing that shit straight. You know what I'm saying? So everybody out there go and get that money working 7/12s. Shout out.
It do, but that sounded mad biased though.
Why?
It just did. But anyway, respect.
That's what I'm working right now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It was on.
Hey, man, sometimes they get overlooked, man. People don't know what's going on in these refineries, man. You just ride by.
Y'all know. Y'all essential workers.
Yeah, people just ride by. They don't know what's going on inside them gates.
A plant can't go unattended.
No, not at all.
It can't go unattended. And our patron, she's an essential worker too.
You goddamn right, man.
Dude, she protecting the
country.
Appreciate
your service.
You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, man, thank y'all for checking out the show. And until next time, we'll catch y'all later.
For sure.
Peace.